Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Miracle Sims. And tonight I'm chatting with a lady who has been such a blessing to me. Her name is Elizabeth, and she's my virtual assistant, helping me here on God, Sex, and Love. So I'm excited for you all to meet her. And if you're ready for this conversation, then stay tuned. Welcome back to God, Sex, and Love. I am here with Miss Elizabeth. She has been my right-hand woman. I'm telling you, this lady has been such a blessing to me. Miss Elizabeth, my VA. Hello, my sister.
How are you?
So the crazy thing about this is that this is our first time seeing each other and talking. And all of these months that we've been working together. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. Welcome to God, Sex, and Love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor. I've actually been thinking about this day for a while. And when you brought it up, I was like, can you read my mind now? I was so excited. So I couldn't keep it. I just told almost everyone in my family. So yeah, I'm super excited for this.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad. Yeah. I guess it just came to me this year because I have been talking about you and the other individuals that I feel like, I call y'all my international dream team. And I'm like, because it's crazy to me, like y'all are in so many different places. I got these two guys that I work with in Pakistan. The illustrator, she's in Russia. And I just and she's I guess she's like the most recent person. The guy that edits the videos now, he's in like Waterloo, Iowa. And y'all know I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's like, the fact that I built these relationships with all of you all and I work with you all so frequently, like you are somebody that we're in contact just about every day, if not every day. Multiple times a day.
Yeah. Just back and forth every day.
And then I know we're in different time zones. So okay. Let's start from the beginning. You can introduce yourself, tell everyone where you are and everything like that.
Yes. I'm Elizabeth. How can I say, my birth name or my cultural name rather is Nyambura. I don't know if you got that. I live in Kenya, specifically Nairobi City. And yeah, this is basically my main occupation as of now as a virtual assistant. So yeah, I've been doing this since, I guess, this has to be maybe 8 months now since I've been a virtual assistant. So far I'm loving it. I love working with international clients. I think that's the best part about being a virtual assistant, is that you get to meet people in different cultures, which is something that I like or kind of follow. I like following on diversity, So I kind of embraced it all with the people that I work with and that I meet. Yeah. So it's basically my story, I guess, briefly. Yeah.
Yes. Well, also, I mean, it's so crazy because I want to say, again, you, the guys in Pakistan, the fact that I met you all and y'all have been so, not just accommodating, but then just, I really feel like you're my sister. I feel like they're my brothers. Like, and I call y'all accordingly too. I don't know if it's weird for y'all, but I'm like, hey, bro, hey, sis, like, hey, this one here, you got this right here. And yeah, that's how close I feel like I've become to you all over this past, obviously I started this whole journey of, GSL in 2020. So, and that's when I met them and everything like that. So I've been working with them the longest. But you, I would say, bringing you on mid-year last year, whenever it was we started, was like the best thing I could have ever did, especially with my Instagram and everything like that. Because I guess you probably know more than anybody outside of my husband or whatever, like how much different stuff I'm juggling and like stuff. And I'm just like, all these ideas in my head, trying to like make it all work. And like I said, it's just crazy to me how I met you all. It's crazy to me like how this bond that I feel with you all. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it is on your end, but at least for me, at least finally I can say to you face to face, or kind of face to face in this aspect. Thank you so so much for everything that you do. I truly truly appreciate it. Like I can't. I don't. I be praying every month. I'll be like, Lord, I gotta be able to let me keep them. Let me keep them. I be thanking God every time I got enough money to give. It's like, okay. And then I always prep in my mind. I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, I'll just start paying her weekly again. Because when we did the test run, we started off like weekly. And then that lasted what, like a week or so. I was like, hey, so yeah, let's get on this monthly thing because
Yes,
I need you.
yeah, I think working with you, I think we started back in July, if I'm not
Yeah,
even
that
June.
sounds about right.
Yeah, I think yeah, around that time. And at that time, I was pretty new in taking international clients. So when you picked me to work with you, I was sort of like learning as I go, or more like improving as I go.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just been an honor to work with you. You have been one of my longest clients. I think you're the only client I've worked with for more than 6 months in a row. So for me, that is such a big thing. You
Wow.
have no idea how much I celebrate that every single day. Like, it's such a blessing, you know? Because you're like a rare gem, if I'm to say so. Like, it's so rare.
Don't make me cry. No, no, I feel it's like the feeling is definitely mutual because like I talk about y'all all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I talked about you so many times on the podcast. I'm like, hey, Elizabeth, Kenya, XYZ, like she's this, she's that. But
Yeah,
it's just really just to have that existence, have that help is really been a blessing. And it's like I said, that's why it's crazy to me how we met because I want to say everybody that I'm working with now, with the
mhm,
exception of the guy that's in Waterloo.
yeah,
I met through Fiverr, and I did one of those requests. I kind of put out like a big request
yeah,
to just a whole bunch.
yeah,
Anybody can respond, and I just
yeah,
put it out there like, "Hey, this is what I'm looking for." And I want to say like you definitely stood out with your message that you sent to me. There were some others that stood out, but as I started to kind of, I guess, what people would say like vet you all and like kind of just um had those like conversations with you all inboxing and everything. I don't know,
yeah,
just something about you just kind of stood out to me the most. That even though I mean I know there was a couple of things that I had asked that you didn't necessarily do, and I just was like
uh-huh,
still, but still for whatever reason I felt more drawn to you and felt more led to working with you. And obviously I see now, you know, however again how long we've been working together, how like now it's like I don't have to worry about certain stuff. I just know it's going to happen. You know, and like have you just kind of taken certain things under your wing to like make it great and almost as if like we're right there, like as if you're right there with me, or something. And I guess you are, you know, because you're a message away, but still, you know, I don't know. So I had to say something to stop the almost tears that you almost made me do, sis.
yeah. I think I actually remember some of the things that I said when I responded to your request. And I think at that time, it was in the evening hours. So in the morning, I was just, I remember in the morning, I started praying for a client who is self driven and also Christian in a way, but maybe, okay, mostly I said spiritual. So I wanted someone who
Mm-hmm.
we can, be at par in a spiritual journey. And the minute I saw your request, I just knew exactly what to say. And I kind of just crossed my fingers and I was like, I'm just hoping for the best because I kind of feel like I found a client that will, you know, be with me in the long run, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I just remember I remember exactly how that day started, and just up to that point where you chose me as the client. Like, I couldn't stop talking about it. I was so happy. I think I cried a little because it was the most miraculous thing that ever happened in like my entire life, maybe. So yeah, I can just say that I guess our partnership was ordained, if I'm to say so. Because for us
Mhm.
to last for this month through, given all the things that we've been through together, I think that is a powerful thing. It's a good testimony.
See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking. And I think for me, again, that's why I did extend the branch to be like, hey, do you want to be on? And I was surprised that you said yes because I didn't know what to expect. Because like again, I want to say there's like 5 of y'all that I work with regularly, and so I got the 2 guys in Pakistan. I got you. I got the editor. Okay, so it's like 4. So it's like my Fab 4. But then this, I've been working with illustrators and other little people, but as well that I hope to work with again. 2 other ladies that one illustrated a color book, the other lady just illustrated the children's book.
Mhm.
Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be out.
Yeah. Okay.
So just like, wait, because I'm making an announcement
And you
tomorrow.
know, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, those individuals or whatever. And so okay, so 4 of y'all that I work with pretty like almost every day type of thing. You definitely every day. And man, I forgot my train of thought when I was getting ready to say because I just revealed that thing about the children's book. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I do believe. That's why it was important for me to share with the audience, you all, because again, I talk about y'all so much. I say my international dream team, and
Mhm.
I don't know if people really understand like the magnitude. Because my thing is like I say all the time, this is beyond me. It definitely has gone. GSL has definitely it went beyond me. I want to say probably when I started,
Mhm.
it was beyond me at that point
Mhm.
because like yeah okay I started but when I started a podcast I just kind of was like okay I'm gonna make myself do daily Bible study. I'm going to have daily inspiration, not knowing I was really going to do it, but in my mind I was like, oh, daily inspiration, that's what I'm going to call it.
Mhm.
Come to find out, yeah, I'm doing it every day. So here I am going live every day or recording almost every day. But
Mhm.
anyway, so that part I feel like okay, that part has been for me, but even so, still it's still not just for me because it's like okay, yeah, I'm doing the Bible study thing, but with me having the accountability of the podcast and then putting it out there for hopefully to encourage and inspire other people to do the same, then you know. Uh, Again, I wanted to say like the first thing or the first time that I realized that okay, this is getting out here, or something's happening here, is when someone reached out to me on Instagram. She wanted some advice, and I gave her the advice, and I just was like, "Hey, where are you?" And she's like, "She's in Mexico," and I'm like, "Huh? What? People listening to me in Mexico?" And I think I was just like a month in at that point, and I was like, "Wow." And then since then, I want to say I talk about him all the time. The most regular person that responds to me outside of my mom is this guy in Australia, and he'll be commenting on YouTube and whatnot, and saying that hey, I enjoyed the juice today or whatever, almost every day, and and I know there's other people listening and stuff like that, and but like I say all the time, like this is the most consistent thing I've ever done online, like the GSL, the juice, all of this stuff is like the most consistent thing I've ever done. But I mean, and again, I think just seeking help is what had got, I guess, what ultimately led me to you,
Mhm.
because well, one, I understand that there's a lot that I'm trying to do at one time. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
was one thing. Two, I know my like when I started the talk show version, which what we're doing now. When I
Yeah.
started with videos,
Uh-huh.
my husband was all like, "Oh, just edit them. You can do it." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna have to get somebody to edit it at least. Like that's the least I can do because if I'm doing every other thing, somebody else can edit it. Like, yeah, I'll just record it and send it to somebody, and just
Mhm.
praying that I was able to like find someone to do that and whatnot. And that's when I met the guys in Pakistan, and they were doing it. But then next thing I know, a year in or whatever, I realized that wait a minute, don't they do books and whatnot? And so then we started collaborating on making the books, and then again, like I said, in July around that time, I want to say maybe like that was 2 books in or something like that, and that's when I don't know. I guess the idea of virtual assistant, I saw someone talk about theirs, and they were online. Someone I follow online, and I was just like, interesting. I know I need someone like that, or I need something like that. Um, but I just knew that my funds were limited, and which they still kind of are. They still are. But I just was like, perhaps I'll go on Fiverr and see, and lo and behold, again, by the grace of God, He led me to you, man. And I do remember you saying, that I guess for praying for that type of opportunity and whatnot. And I was like, hey, well, again, I felt that, I guess, connection, felt that, like, you know what, let's give this girl a try. Like, because again, I know I'm joking about it, but I know there was a couple of things I was like, she said she don't do that stuff. But I'm like, well, that's not really important. I just need the help. I need like the consistency and all of that. And like I said, best decision. One of the best decisions ever. I'm over here doing a little cover. Thank you so much, man, for everything that you do. I mean, and I know you, like, once I took that birthday trip, you really like took the reins on even more stuff than I was doing at that time, because I still was
Yeah.
posting on GSL, I think, at that time. And you started to really take on like the daily stuff, and I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do. If nothing else comes from this video, I want you to know I truly, truly, truly appreciate you and everything that you've done and everything like that. So, okay, so how do you feel, right? And I guess you already said in a way, but how do you feel about being like a part of this international dream team, or being a part of GSL or whatever?
Yeah, I obviously knew there was a team behind the kind of productions you were doing. So I just, at the back of my mind, I kind of like figured it out that you're working with other people. Because I know in the beginning, there's some things that I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So I didn't want to like sell myself short and not deliver. So I just told myself, there's no reason for me to start something that I know I'm not going to be good at. So being a part of your team is, I think with you, I have learned most of the things that I know now, and I apply them in daily life, even through your podcast. And I do hear my name pop up sometimes, so that kind of makes me happy some days when I hear it. So just being a part of your team and hearing at least you giving me a little bit of praise out there just makes me feel so wonderful, so blessed. I think I usually do this gratitude thing in the morning, and I always tell, like, I just write it down, like, I'm so grateful to have a wonderful client, like Miracle. So this is something that let me just say, you have been like a ministry to me, and just using let me say, the talks or the stories that you usually put out there in your podcast is something that I always take it like a ministry, like some form of like a short Bible study myself before I can go ahead and post it. So things like that has made me realize that being a part of your team is really important, and it's can I say, trying to look for the words because I'm almost mixing them up with my native language. So what I'm trying to say is how I feel about being in your team is just an overall blessing. I think I always tell you this all the time, maybe all the time, that I'm just honored every single day to have you as my client, and to also like have you like a sister, because I kind of feel like the things that you put out there are things that maybe you don't hear elsewhere, things like that. And not so many people talk about most of the things that you do. And I guess the first time I interacted with your platform of God, Sex, and Love, I think the title just struck me out. I was like, this is interesting. So I knew that just being a part of you, I'll get to learn interesting things that maybe I didn't like know of in the past. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Man, I know, like, so yeah, when it comes to the title. So you didn't run away, I see, so thank God you
Yeah.
didn't run away. But we talk about everything, man. It's
Mhm.
just, like I tell people all the time, though, it's like, look, we can't shy away from this conversation, too, though. I feel like as Christians, we have to, like, be just as bold as my lipstick plug.
Yeah.
Be just as bold as the world when it comes to this conversation, because
Mhm.
we can see all around us like the effects of Christians not being bold in this area, Christian not standing up for what the word says
Yeah.
regarding God, sex, love, and just everything. So, um, so yeah, I mean, I didn't think much of the title back, because I knew for me the backstory was just that these are things I thought about all the time. And the only thing that's not on here is career stuff. I would think about, in sex and love, they always work together in my mind. So it was, but I separated them on here because I just was like, I realized that they are two different things. But yeah, for me, it was always like, I hate to cut love out because, but they were together in my head. They were together in my head. So it was God, love, I'll put it like that. It was God, love, including sex and career. Those were the three things I thought about all the time, especially as a single woman. I was trying to figure out like what to do with my mind, always on these things, and not really being able to kind of I guess enjoy the second one. Because I'm a Christian, I know what's right from wrong, and I
Yeah.
know what I shouldn't be doing and all of that. So, but anyway, I know because I mean, you help with all this content, so I'm sure you've heard these testimonies
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
and everything. Well, like I said, I'm glad that you didn't run for the hills. I'm glad that you decided to come on board. And like I said, you've been such a blessing to me. And I'm glad that in turn that, people can see that again. Well, one, this is beyond me. Two, that, I mean, I feel good to know that you feel that this has blessed you in some way as well. You, your family and everything like that. I told you to tell them I said hello, so I'm gonna say hello too whenever they watch on
Yeah.
here. Hello, friends and family.
I'm sure they'll watch this. They have to watch this. They do.
Yes, I got to. You're featured. It's all about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Literally told everyone in the house to keep quiet for like an hour or so that we can have this meeting in peace, because everyone is always around, like where I'm usually seated when I'm working. So this time I just told them, I need a couple of minutes to do this. This is new to me. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. So I had to make this right, you know? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I understand too. I have to put my son away. Girl, how about that time? Did you hear that time he came in when I was recording? He came in when I was recording the podcast. I'm like, oh my God. I'm telling you. Like, but hey, this is what you get. I'm hustling from home, too. Just
Yeah.
like hustle from home too. And so
Yeah.
I've been very honest and transparent about that. At least with the talk show, I try to, get dutied up and stuff because, for the other segments, they don't get as much, you know,
Yeah.
they don't get the candles lit and we
Yeah.
put some makeup on
Yeah.
and all that. But okay, well, I won't be on your time because I know that you're probably busy, you probably have other clients and everything like that. How are you juggling other people with me? Because I feel like I'll be.
Yeah, I do get a lot of clients these days. I guess that's what I'm saying. You are a part of the reason why I have been able to grow my business and make it like a full-time thing for me. So it's no longer like a hobby; it's a full-time thing. Because I guess the reviews that you put out there will just get clients coming in and they're like, I think I like what you're putting out there. I want to work with you. Things like that, and it's all because of your comment of your reviews rather. So I kind of owe it all to you, and that's
Ah!
why, like, I never stress about when you don't, like, you're not able to like put payment early. I don't stress about that because I know eventually, because I just tell myself like, God, you know, she has been she has supported me throughout, she's been good to me, and she deserves all the money. So I never get stressed out when you don't like respond, or maybe, you know, the, accepting the offer, things like that, Even if you don't do it like at the first of the month, I know eventually you'll do it. And so that doesn't stress me out, because that, I just know that you'll come through. So I owe it all to you. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming to handle. Sometimes I may be handling like 10 people at the same time, including you. So I just, I think what helps me out is being a proper planner. So I
Mm.
know that I'm able to delegate myself some task at a particular time. And since most of, I think you work 2/7, I don't think there's a time you've ever slept. Do you ever sleep? Because I'd be texting you at 3 a.m. in the morning, my time, and you'll be awake. And you'd be texting me at 3 a.m. my time, and I'm like, does she sleep? Like, do you ever sleep? That's the thing that I always ask myself, like, do you sleep?
Look, the only time I slept was my birthday weekend. That was it.
Yeah, I think that's the only time that we didn't speak a lot. But every single day you'd be texting at 3 a.m. Like, I look at the time and like it's 5 a.m. I'm like, supposed to be asleep. What are you doing awake? That's what I usually tell myself.
Well, part of the problem is, so when waking up at 4, right? It's like
Mhm.
I'm just up after that. Like, it's crazy because I was supposed to do a meeting today. This is bad. I'm probably gonna talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. But I was supposed to do this meeting at 8, and I guess for whatever, I guess I forgot to set the alarm for it or whatever, and I went to sleep after I did the juice, which I usually don't do. I'm usually up, just wide awake. And I ended up going to sleep and woke up late for the meeting, and it was like, oh no, and I had to reschedule. I'm like, oh God, you know. But yeah, so I mean, I do sleep, but it's just at the most random hours or whatever. And then, or, yeah, or it's like midday for some people, where it's like for me, it's. But yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind getting up at 4 now. Like, I mean, I want to say at one point it was kind of a struggle to go ahead and get up. But I don't. It's not much of a struggle now to go ahead and get up at 4 to do the juice. Um, yeah, the problem is getting either going back to sleep after I get done, or which usually don't happen, and then the times where I try to catch some Z's in the midday or at night or whatever. So, but every now and then, I try to catch a week or two.
Yeah, I
But
know,
hey,
because
sis, no, it's not glory to me at all. Like, I would say again, turn it all back to God, because for me, again, on my end, I, the fact that I've been able to do so many different things, it's all the because of God and Him making a way and providing, because it's not. That's the craziest thing for me on my end, that I have not been like working. Like, I used to do these different gigs and do different like work for other people. But now all I pretty much do is my own stuff. I mean, I still like book some things through my business, Miracle Plays. And then I also, now I got these books and all this other stuff, or, and I do wine business, nail polish business, stuff like that. But these are just all hustles from home. So it's not like I'm doing anything like 9 to 5 or getting
yeah,
financially, consistent. My finances are not consistent yet, or whatever. We'll see what the Lord do. Um, so that's why every month or whatever, it's amazing to me how every month I'm able to pay, and I'm able to be like, keeping you on another month. And so I'm like, thank you, Lord, thank you, thank you, and stuff. And or even with the guys or whatever, whatever project that we're working on, I, you know, either I make some payments or I'm able to pay that, and then I try to go ahead and do it when I do have, and then when I don't have, I'm planning and I'm trying to get it together for the next idea. And that's all that's happening on my end. So again, all glory and honor goes to God, man. Yeah, I gotta leave awesome reviews, because I mean, you're awesome. You've done awesome work. Like, I mean, you know, uh,
yeah.
so I'm glad that it's bringing you some success for you to be able to, like you said, do it full time. I know that's a blessing to be able to, do things when you want, and as an entrepreneur and whatnot. And like I said, I'm sorry if I'm bombarding you with all my stuff all day, every day, because I
um,
know.
No, no. Actually, you probably one of the let's say the chillest clients I work with. Because sometimes I get bombarded with a lot of work from different people, and most days I end up sleeping at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I wake up again at 8, things like that. So I'm also like on the move with my time because I know I need to get a lot of things done. So for me, I wouldn't say that you don't have a lot of work that you give me. I'm just saying like I guess yours is not that, how can I say, like it's like muscle memory at this point. So I
Mm,
know exactly how to go about something without like overthinking it. Unless there are things that maybe are kind of new to me, but those things that we do on a daily have become now muscle memory for me. So I wouldn't say that you give me a lot of difficult tasks, things like that. No, I think at this point we already have established a good flow of work, and yeah, I think we just go on like that, right?
yes. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think definitely, like you said, I mean, I guess establishing the flow or just, you know, again, like I said, I know that I don't have to necessarily worry about anything. I just send you stuff and be like, it's going to get posted. I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not even, like, I know I come to you sporadically with different ideas or different things where I'm like,
Yeah,
hey, I need, either more ideas or more like, the bounce ideas. Cause I guess I'm a bouncer. I bounce ideas. Like, hey, what you think about this? What you think about that? But I mean, I do understand that, hey, man, you could do this, whenever you feel like throughout the day. I don't have a certain time or something like that. It's just, I think, the rhythm of the stuff that I do. I try to
yeah,
have the show out by 7 on Fridays, and I try to do the, daily inspiration, have that stuff out by 6, Monday through Saturday, and
yeah,
that's what the norm is. And then every other thing, I mean, you can do any time and just get back to me and stuff, and I'm cool. So I mean, I'm glad that I can be, I guess, one of your chillest clients, or like somebody that hopefully is not bringing you stress or whatever.
yeah,
Um, I just know I just feel like sometimes I'm like, man, I know I'm sending so many different ideas, so many different things, and I know you probably have to juggle like all of them to be like, okay, wait, which thing should I do first?
yeah. Okay, when it comes to such a thing, I guess what I do is I prioritize first the things that might look time consuming, or
Mm,
maybe things that I can get things done and that it you know so always try. Sometimes you find me responding like 2 hours later or 3 hours later, and that's because I get like some things end up being like flowing in at the same time. It just
mm,
come in at the same time. So I'm like, okay, which one do I give a priority to first? And I'm like, okay, I can put this on the side for a moment because I know it's not maybe gonna go up in like that day. So think
mm,
such instances, I guess what I do is prioritize things that I can get done with quickly and just put aside, and then you give more focus to the tasks that maybe need more attention. So I just come back like 2 hours later and I'm like, okay, I did this. This is done. So I'll give it a thumbs up. Like I got this one. So things like that. So I know sometimes they take a while to respond. So if such an instant comes in, just know that eventually I get to you.
no, you good. Hey, no complaints from me, man. No complaints from me at all. Like I said, you've been able to really execute a lot of the things that I needed. 'Cause Lord knows I was not hashtagging or anything before you came into my life. I would have made up a hashtag, it maybe like hashtag one thing, but that's it. Like, so the fact that you kind of taken that and made that what it is, I feel like my Instagram looks a lot better than it did. You know, we got newsletters going out now. That is a blessing because I was praying and hoping to be able to do that for a long time. Like, man, I can send newsletters out, and now we got them out twice a week, which I'm like, girl, I just said once, okay, but thank you for extra twice a week, And so I just you going above and beyond. I truly, truly appreciate everything that you've done. What you bring to the table here on GSL is unmatched. Greatly, greatly appreciated. As long as you don't mind working with me, I don't mind working with you. That's how I feel about it. I don't know where all of this is going, you know, but hey, I don't know. I feel like if I say it, I gotta do it. But I was thinking to myself, something I would have loved to have done last year is to have like a Christmas bonus for y'all or something. So who knows? Like, let's see what the Lord do. Is He gonna make me able to do Christmas bonuses? Like, come on, Lord.
Yeah, you never know. I've seen miraculous things happen in my life, so you gotta keep believing. It can happen. Once you put it out there, it's out there, and it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Well, I done verbalized it then. It's on film now. We gonna see what the Lord do. Christmas bonuses for everybody.
Amen. Amen. It's gonna come through.
Yes. I was thinking as well that I would love to get like I don't know if we just need to have like a Zoom meeting one day with all of y'all. Because I got one of y'all, one of my dream team. He don't want to be on the show. I guess he's shy. So, but I would love to still have like a meeting, or not say a meeting or whatever, but something like that, where we're like, hey, everybody together, like this is great. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be for the show, but it can be like, just for us, something. Little when I pass out these Christmas bonuses. We're gonna speak this thing into existence, man.
Exactly. It's all about that. We just speak it into existence, and you never know it. It even happen, And
yes. Well, I mean, if nothing else, I hope again that the people have, y'all have received some insight on how to get more organized, right? From this lady right here, juggling 10 clients or more, and me, well, I know I'm a handful. I got to be. So I might be a chill handful, but I still know I'm handing a lot of things to you. So like I said, God be the glory for you. Super thankful for everything that you've done and what you brought to this table of GSL. Excited to see what's come. I know a few things, but not that much. So we won't see what the Lord do with everything. But is there anything else you would like to say before we wrap up?
I guess I don't know. I feel like we've said a lot today, but I don't know. I keep losing my train of thought every single time. But I guess I'll be excited to meet the rest of your team. I think having like Zoom calls, just all of us, would be great. So that is something I honestly look forward to if we can plan it. And all I can say is thank you so much. And I think I owe my career to you because I turned this from a hobby to a career in less than 2 months, which is something that I never thought would happen. I thought it would be like a year until I got to be consistent. So all I can say is I think God just delivered you as a miracle to me. And it's so interesting that your name is Miracle. Like, these things just come to me and I'm like, my mind is just blown most of the time. So thank you so much. And my family says hi. I think I didn't say that in the beginning. I told them about it and I'll just say hi to her. They would love to be on the background, but I just want to keep this professional, So that's all I have to say. I just thank God for you every single day, and I never fail to write it down in my gratitude journal. So that's the first thing that it should be. Because let's tell myself, without you, I don't think I'd be getting the clients I'm getting if it is not for your reviews. So I'm just gonna keep saying this over and over again. Thank you so much. I owe my career to you, and just keep blessing people the way you're blessing them with your words, with your podcast, with your stories. They're always so fun to listen to, especially such a time like right now when I'm winding down the day. I always like to listen to your podcast. I think that's why you see I post it a little bit late these days, but it's because I committed to like listen to everything. So this is the only time that I usually get to do it. That's why your podcasts end up going like a day later, because I always make sure that even if I'm posting it out there, I want to make sure that you know what we talked about. So I wouldn't just be posting it out there mindlessly. You know, I started doing that in the beginning, but then I was like, nah, I have to take this very seriously and listen to what you're putting out there because it's good content. So just keep doing what you're doing. Just know that I also share your podcast with my family group. This just this is good stuff. And you know, given that you're born in a Christian family, they you know they'll say this is a fun podcast. This is good. So just know you're reaching more people even than the ones you can see, like the 9K that you put that you know we put up there from Spotify and Anchor. Just know you got more listeners even here in Kenya. So it's just not me. You got a lot of people listening to you, so that's good. So yeah, I guess that's all I have today. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, y'all, look, she just trying to listen. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for being on God, Sex, and Love today. And like I said, thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you so much for watching God, Sex, and Love. And thank you to Elizabeth for joining me for this conversation tonight. I hope that you all enjoyed it. And we look forward to talking to you all next week, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Okay, Boomer.